Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, or if this is your first time here, hello and welcome. So today I'm very excited. We are doing a full face of the brand Troublemaker. So if you have not heard of this brand before, they are very affordable. I think everything that they have is at least under like 10-12 pounds for sure. Like you can get them on Superdrug, you can get them on their own website and even TikTok shop. So everything that I picked up today is from the TikTok shop, and everything that I got cost under £16 altogether. So it's insane. I saved like so much money. So at the time of me purchasing, they had some massive like discounts and I had some vouchers and stuff. So one thing that I do kind of like about TikTok is that you can get quite a few discounts here and there. I have like a full face. The only thing that I don't have is a primer, so I'm not going to use a primer today, which is something a bit different, but we're just going to go with the flow. But yeah, Troublemaker are a brand that have been out for maybe like less than a year, and I have tried them before. I've tried quite a few products, but never like a full face. I've done like a couple of things here and there. So yeah, today is the day for the full face. So let's get going. So we're gonna start off with brows, which is something that I never do, but this came part of a bundle. So this is their Fluffer Brow Shaper. So the word fluffer is a bit of an odd name because it means a couple of different things. If you know, you know. If you don't know, just Google it. I'm not going to talk about it. But yeah, this is in the shade black, and the bristles are meant to be quite like fluffy, assuming that's what the word is. But let's see if this actually does anything, because again, my brows are a mess. I never do anything to my brows. I just kind of tidy them up every so often. So I'm hoping this might do something. Let's try. Okay, so it's got very little bristles. Okay, we're just gonna go for it because again, I don't know what I'm doing and I think I've already messed up. That's great. we're just gonna go for it. And I am very lazy when it comes to my brows. I just, you know, pain equals gain, and I just like cannot be bothered with the pain of it all. But this seems to be doing fine. Like, it's dispensing the product really well. I just feel like it's probably not going to give me much benefit because my brows are quite dark and quite thick already. But yeah, this was part of the bundle that I just kind of couldn't not get, if that makes sense. If I remember, I will put up like the pictures and prices and stuff of this stuff here, and if they were in a bundle or not, because there was like two things that I kind of didn't want to get, but I got them because they were part of a bundle. So the other thing that I have that I'm not going to use is this setting spray. So this was part of, again, another bundle, but this is the Make Space Blurring Setting Mist, and I kind of wanted a primer, but they just didn't have it part of like a bundle that I wanted. So yeah, in the future I will use this. It's got like a little shaky majiggy in there, which is quite handy, but their primers have the exact same packaging, so it could be easy to kind of get them confused. So yeah, we're just going to move on from the brows. So let's go on to foundation. So this is the Troublemaker multi-use foundation. This is in the shade I was going to say vegan. This is not the shade vegan. This is the shade J01 in Cloud Fluffer, yeah. And this is a stick foundation. Now, I don't like stick foundations, but again, I bought this because it was part of a bundle. Now, obviously, I bought things my own will, and me saying that, you know, I had no choice. I did have a choice. I just bought it because I wanted to try a foundation. So yeah, this is a stick. It looks like it's melted slightly. So in the UK at the moment, it is extremely hot. Like, I think today is like 32 degrees or something, and I have my fan on right next to me. That's why it might be a little bit muffled, but yeah, we're just gonna kind of hope that this hasn't completely melted, and just take, that is extremely white on me. Okay, this is gonna be interesting. And the reason that I don't like stick foundations is because they always look really dry on me, and the texture, like the sensory of having that on my face, just gives me the ick, and I don't like seeing my pores so like emphasized. So yeah, the stick foundation is probably not going to be my favorite, but they do have a cushion foundation that they have just come out with, but again, it wasn't part of the bundle, and this is me just like saving money and being a cheapskate. But again, a foundation is still a foundation, and this being multi-use, I'm not quite sure what the multi part of it is. but we're just gonna keep like trying this on. I'm gonna try using my brush to see if it gives me any more coverage, because this is just very pale. Like I don't see anything happening to my skin. There is a little bit, I mean it's a little bit of coverage, but it's not a whole load. I do have a concealer, so I will be using that today. Yeah, I mean if you guys have tried this brand before, please let me know what you think of it. They're always on TikTok Shop like live, like they constantly have like non-stop deals and discounts and competitions and stuff, and I do like tuning in because they seem quite nice and they seem quite engaging, and they are very affordable as well. So that's one thing that I do like. And I've said this many times, like affordability doesn't mean that just because it's cheap it's okay to be crap. Like it should be good for the price of it. And I know for sure that the guy who created Makeup Revolution created this brand as well, so I'm hoping that that's going to be something for it. I mean, what I have tried before is an eyeshadow palette, a couple of their lip products as well. Like the eyeshadow palette was really nice when it first came out, and they have like mystery lip glosses like in the teddy bears, which are really cute. They're like £3.50 or something. So if you like a good like mystery unboxing with some makeup, those are definitely worth it. So coverage wise, hasn't really done a whole load. It is like, it's there, but I wouldn't really think this is going to last me a long time because my nose is quite dry. This is quite like drying here. I just didn't want to use a primer today because I didn't know how the foundation was going to kind of work with it, but maybe in the future I will kind of use like maybe a hydrating primer just to kind of balance it out. But my skin is like very combination, so it's a bit difficult to see where to go. But yeah, let's go on to concealer, and this is the Ditto concealer. Yeah, that's just what it's called, and this is in the shade Fairy Dust. And on their TikTok shop as well, they had pretty much all of their shades. There were just a few of the lighter ones that were like sold out, which I guess is never a major issue. But yeah, this is the doe foot. It's like a nice kind of new standard doe foot, and it looks quite a thick concealer, so I'm gonna see how it works. This looks quite yellow. Good choice. I'm just like, one day I will shade myself, I will match myself properly one day when it comes to like these shades, but I guess today is not the time. But let's just see how this works, because it seems like an okay concealer. I guess with all of these like affordable brands, I have seen quite a few like YouTubers that I watch regularly talk about the brand, just not actually like do a full face or kind of stuff like that. But I'm intrigued to see how everything's going to kind of like blend together. This is okay. Is it doing much? Not right now. Again, my under eye bags are like up and down because I do have such a weird sleeping pattern. Like my baby got up at 4 o'clock this morning, but then woke up at like 7:30. So I had like a mixture of like a lay-in and not so much a lay-in. But it's not just obviously one day, it's like a whole like year and a half, almost 2 years now. This is his second birthday soon. Can you guys believe that? My god. Okay, this has not given me, I mean my under eyes do look quite nice and soft compared to how it was. It is still obviously quite wrinkly, but I feel like concealers aren't miracle workers. They're just there to kind of help you along the way, just to kind of cover up things. It's alright. I don't think it's done anything too exciting. Again, this concealer I'm sure is like a couple of pounds, like £4 probably at the most. Let's just kind of keep going, see how it works. So let's go on to blush. So I picked this up like straight away because this reminds me of a very high-end brand. So this reminds me of the Hourglass like little bottle, because it has that little button at the bottom. But this is in the shade Rosy, so this is their pop drop, and yeah, I just like the look of this. It looked really cute. I think this is brand new as well. I'm going to take some on the back of my hand because I forgot to bring out my ISO Clean palette, and I'm going to try just one drop. That's a lot for one drop. So when I use the Hourglass one, it gives out a very small amount of products, and this is very gel like, so it is very similar to that. That's very pretty. Wow. So if you want something quite subtle, this is definitely it. They had about 4 shades, I think, not even that, maybe 3 or 4 shades, and this is the one that kind of spoke to me the most. That's very pretty. It's nice and kind of glowy and very dewy. Yeah, this is okay. I think it can be built up maybe a little bit more. I don't think it's my brush. My brush is like not really a brush that I use for like liquid blushes, but it was the only one that I kind of had available to use, and it's fine. Again, I prefer really kind of like pigmented like blushes and stuff, so I'm gonna take a tiny bit more and see if it will add anything more. I do like the packaging, it's very cute, like the little kind of lid and everything, so I'm just gonna add a bit more because we like to do that here. And yeah, that's nice. I mean, let's see, anything on my nose, not too harsh. Yeah, I mean, this is quite subtle. If you do want, like, it's not a clean girl look at all, but if you want something quite subtle and not too like in your face, this is perfect for that. And I don't obviously know what the other shades are, but this is the shade Rosy, and it is a very nice shade. It's much lighter when it comes out, but I love this type of shade a lot. It's kind of like, I don't know, it's like a burnt pink, which is what I like. I like deeper pinks, not like bright pink. So let's go on to highlighter. So this is in the shade Buttered Up. So this is the Glazed Donut Light Pink. Is that the name of it? I don't know. It's the Buttered Up highlighter in the shade Glazed Donut Light Pink, even though this is an icy shade. Let's give this a swatch. This video is all over the place today. Okay, that's my tan line from my watch. How nice. Yeah, that's very nice. Okay. Let's kind of give this a whirl and see if this does anything. Let's try again. Oh, okay, that's better. All right, a tiny bit more helped. That's the thing with baked highlighters. The first layer is going to be a bit difficult to kind of get onto because it's got that kind of sheer gloss over it that kind of keeps it locked in place, and then obviously you have to kind of dig into it. But that's pretty. I mean, I prefer this one over like the new Elf one, for example. Like the Elf one, that was like non-existent until you really had to like dig in to get it, and this is a lot more affordable than that one, and that's really nice. I love me a nice highlighter. I mean, it's not like super icy, which is what I don't like, because icy highlighters just make it look a little bit tacky. So let's go on to eyeshadow. So I mentioned before that I have used one of the eyeshadows before. That one is one of the thinner ones, but this I have the palette is called Day Off. So this was part of a bundle, and I was like, I want to try a new palette, and the mini one, which I think is called like the Love Time or something like that, that's a really nice palette. It's just full of nudes, and this is very similar, but everything else is very just like what they called like pastel shades and stuff like that, which is not really my thing. So this is really stunning. I'm gonna do something quite simple because we are a simple gal sometimes, but let's start off with Easy Living just here. So this is like a grey tone, and I like the little embossings. And again, this palette by itself, I think a big palette like this is like £6 or like £10, and you get 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 shades. So you do get quite a lot in here, and they do have many like dupes, I guess, you know, like the Made by Mitchell like cream palette thing. They have two or three of those, which is quite nice. I don't use a lot of cream eyeshadows just because I'm not too kind of well versed on how to use them, so I don't really want to get it and it just looked like a mess, because that happens quite a lot with me. So let's go in with Siesta, something that I wish I could do more of, but I just, if I wake up from a siesta, I will feel like crap, so that will not help me out at all. So I'm going to put this in my crease and just kind of blend that out back and forth. It's so far looking quite pigmented, and it's got like some gorgeous purples in here, which I probably won't use today because purple is quite popping. So I might just save that for another video. So I might save that for like a TikTok or something. But these shades are very nice, and yeah, I mean, this is slightly coming out purple, which I find a bit strange, unless it's just my eyes deceiving me, but that's quite nice. All right, so let's go in with another shade, and I feel like maybe something a bit deeper. So Do Not Disturb, something I wish I could say these days, but that's just not going to happen. Right, Do Not Disturb on the outer corner, blend that up. This is nice for like an everyday look. If you don't want anything that's like too colourful, too extravagant, this is really nice. It's, again, the other palettes as well are good, and they look kind of different from each other, but this one just kind of spoke out to me, mainly because I was on like a countdown as well, because there's like limited time for me to like check out and to like make sure I had everything that I wanted, if that makes sense. And I still save so much money. That's what I was saying, like when I first kind of obviously started the video, I was just like, I got some good discounts, and honestly like TikTok shop is brilliant for that. So let's just end on chilling just here. Let's try a brush first. If it doesn't work, then I'll use my finger because the heat from it. So okay, yes, wow. I mean, this is, again, for a palette that's like £1 a shade, if that, that's brilliant. Like, again, I think these palettes are £10, not £6, so that was my mistake. I think with the discount like that they tend to have, they are £6, and the mini ones are like maybe £6 normally. But yeah, this is a very nice palette. I'm pleasantly surprised. So this look was just super quick. Again, I will probably do like another look in the future, maybe to see if I can maybe do anything more interesting. So let's end on the lips now. So I have two new lip products. So I have tried their lip liner before, I believe. So this is in the shade Side Note. So this is the Overdo It lip liner. This is a really nice like kind of deep brown. So let's get this on first, because what I have next is like more like a lip balm than anything else. So I want to kind of overline these just a little bit. Okay, so that felt a little bit drying. It wasn't like super creamy, super soft, but it did the job to be quite nice and pigmented. So with the lip peptide, so this is the Peculiar Peptide lip balm. This is in the shade Sweet Tooth. So I'm intrigued to see if this smells of it. Oh my god, this smells of popcorn. Wow. I don't know if I like it or if I do, can't tell. It comes out clear, so oh, that's kind of quite a lot at the top. I've just put some on the back of my hand because too much has come out. So let's get this on. Okay, and this is my finished look. So when it comes to this kind of lip peptide thing, it's not like pigmented or anything. There's like no color. It just came out clear, which I think is fine. It has quite a strong smell of like literally like sweet popcorn. So if you don't like scented kind of like lip products, this is not for you. But it is quite comfy. It is quite tacky as well. So it's got that kind of middle ground of being comfortable but a little bit tacky. So this is my finished look. I must say the foundation is quite surprising because my top lip has been sweating the whole video and this hasn't budged. Like, it has not really kind of like come through. So it's kind of like a very positive like review on the foundation, which I'm very surprised about because, like I mentioned, I don't do well with stick foundations. They don't always look great on me. It feels fine. Again, I do want to try with a primer because it might give me more benefits somehow. We'll see. The concealer is fine. The eyeshadow palette I really like. I think it's done like a really kind of nice little look. Like, it's quite simple to the point. The lip liner is dry, but it's still quite pigmented. It went on fine. Yeah, I've already spoken about the lip peptide highlight is very nice. The blush is very nice as well. I think they work really well together. Yeah, I will talk about this another time because I'm not going to use it today. But yeah, let me know what you think of Troublemaker. They're a brand that are still relatively quite new to like the makeup affordable community. A lot of people might have heard of them, so yeah, let me know if you've heard of them, if you've tried them, do you like them, do you hate them. But thanks so much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe because I film and upload every time I get a chance to. Don't forget to follow me on any of my social medias because I'm always active on there, and appreciate you sitting down listening to me ramble on. I will see you soon. Bye.